Well, when I started at SKM, we had about 5,000 staff, and we primarily managed our REM reviews for each country on their own. So we had quite a disparate process, and most of it was all done by spreadsheets. So in the years since then, we've moved to more of a global approach and trying to have some consistency in the messages that our managers receive and send to their staff. We've got 6,500 employees in around about 13 countries in the world, and our strategy as a firm is to move to be more centralised and more global, spreading our footprint beyond sort of the traditional Australia, New Zealand base that where we've started. And doing that means having the infrastructure in place, for example, on things like remuneration review and a lot of other HR infrastructure that will leave us in good stead to globalise that process. We looked at a number of different providers and had been looking for some time because we knew the time was coming that we wouldn't be able to manage with spreadsheets anymore, and it was we had a defined lifespan of physically being able to do it. We've also got some quite complex package structures in some of our locations, so having the ability to structure the remuneration package in the way that we do it was another thing that a lot of the off-the-shelf solutions didn't really offer. So when we met with Pivot initially, we spent a lot of time analysing our needs and defining what our requirements were for the system, which was complex in our case because we had 13 countries, 13 different currencies to accommodate, 2 different languages. We had English and Spanish to manage. We had a lot of specific requirements that we really needed to be addressed and to be built into the system. And a lot of that was able to be configured to exactly what we needed. Of course, having an automated system that is web-enabled and has, touch of a button reporting, all of that stuff is a huge help to our managers and our HR team. And the fact that the data is held in a secure environment and can be accessed at any time you can see who has put an increase in for whom and whereabouts that's up to in the approval process. All of the letters are generated from the one place. Everything is managed behind the scenes in a systematized environment. The benefits are immeasurable. The system that we have is it talks in SKM terminology. It's got SKM's logo. It very much feels like an SKM system, and really has been built exactly to our specifications. The Remuneration Ally has resulted in a significant saving in terms of the efficiency of the process. So it has saved on our managers' time, and our managers are there to work with clients and do their day job, not spend a lot of time on spreadsheets and emailing things back and forth. So that's a significant benefit that we've realised. Pivot software are really easy to deal with, and we found that straight up we were able to articulate what we needed and they really understood. So having experience in an HR field and knowing all of the challenges that organisations face with remuneration reviews, on spreadsheets and the like, having come to the table with that experience really meant that they were informed, and rather than dealing with a software company and saying we want a salary review tool to be built, we really were dealing with an HR expert with software capabilities. So the outcome there really was a collaborative approach in terms of deciding exactly what it was that we needed, because in some cases what we thought we needed didn't end up being the case. So having a bit of two-way conversation with Pivot around our actual HR requirements, I think ended up with a more robust solution and a more customised solution that really did suit our needs.